rubella are serious diseases that can lead to serious complications, disability, and death. However, public debate over the safety of the trivalent MMR vaccine and the resultant drop in vaccination coverage in several countries persists, despite its almost universal use and accepted effectiveness. In the late 1990s, Andrew Wakefield, a physician at Royal Free Hospital in London, published an article in The Lancet claiming to have found the explanation for autism in the measles virus. Initially, Wakefield reported that the measles virus was responsible for the colonic lesions seen in the Crohn disease. Although this theory was soon disproved and put to rest, Wakefield was impressed by cases brought to his attention in which apparently normal developing children manifested autistic symptoms shortly after administration of the MMR triad vaccine. Despite his previous blunder with the Crohn disease, he hypothesized that the measles virus had triggered inflammatory lesions in the colon, disrupting the permeability of the colon through which neurotoxic proteins reach the bloodstream and the brain, thus causing autism. 8 out of 8 autistic children on whom he had performed colonoscopies exhibited the hypothesized lesions, leading him to assert that the measles vaccine virus caused autism. Autism spectrum disorder is a developmental disability that affects an individual's ability to communicate. Example, the ability to use language to express one's needs, and the ability to engage in social interaction, the ability to engage in joint attention. Additionally, the individual may have a restricted range of interest or repetitive behavior. Skill deficits and challenges associated with ASD will vary greatly from child to child. No two children with autism are the same. Each will have his or her own individual strengths and challenges. Autism is diagnosed by looking at a child's behavior. Clinicians look at what the child is not doing enough of, speaking, and what they are doing too much of, repetitive behavior. Autism is considered to be a spectrum disorder because some individuals may have autism with cognitive limitations, while others are only mildly affected by autism. Although ASD is a lifelong disability, many individuals show significant progress with treatment and have the ability to independently participate in learning, social, and community activities with typical developing peers. For some individuals with autism, early intensive behavioral intervention can result in growth and learning so that eventually the individual no longer meets the criteria for autism. A growing number of American families are getting bad, sometimes even fatal, medical advice from the internet. For Suzanne and Leonard Walther of Tennessee, a simple and well intentioned internet search on this important health issue on July 19th turned into their worst nightmare. The Walthers were looking for information on the safety of vaccines for their new baby, Mary Catherine. What they found were sensational sites dedicated to alarming parents. These sites, short on science and long on inflammatory rhetoric, claim vaccines are linked to just about anything affecting children: allergies, autism, juvenile diabetes, and attention deficit disorder. Claims are even made that vaccines are the cause of shaken baby syndrome, the AIDS epidemic, and sudden infant death syndrome. Even though many of the websites are listing misinformation about vaccines without scientific basis, parents concerned about their children are understandably susceptible to such claims. The scare tactics worked with the Walthers, and they decided not to immunize their daughter. It was a choice they lived to regret. Days before Mary Catherine's first birthday, she was stricken with a form of meningitis that has been nearly eliminated in this country, and that could have been prevented by a simple vaccination. The consequences of ignoring safe and effective immunizations are real and can be lethal. The effort to undermine vaccines seeks to capitalize on a distorted perception of risk. Vaccines on rare occasions do cause side effects, but in the final analysis, vaccines represent infinitely far less risk than the diseases they prevent.